Holy guacamole. What is up, everybody in YouTube world? Okay, so some things came to my attention. Hey, Huntress, how are you? Hey, H. Davis, good to see you. Um, oh, thank you, H. I will pin that, darling. Thank you, Maud, for putting on hey, Poppy, subscriber 5 minutes or longer. I appreciate that, girl. We'll probably be needing that today. Excuse me. Thank you, H. You are always, here. Here, H. I got something for you. Hold on, babe. Let me find it. This is what we all think of H. He is a super duper guy. Let me find it. Let me find it. This is exactly, H, what we think. I agree with Miss Sherry here.
You do try. And you know what? You don't just try, H. Davis. You excel. You
You
do try.
excel.
And you know what? You don't just try, H. Davis. You excel. You do try. And you know what? You don't just try, H. Davis. You excel.
You excel, my friend. You do. You are a super duper guy. You are a super duper guy. Okay, let me get we'll do butterflies. Because we need everybody to love each other right now. I mean, not certain people. They can fucking love on each other all they want to. Um, Maybe I should do the sharks today. Should I do the sharks? Should I do the sharks? Hey, Diamonds! YouTube Homeland Security Director Diamonds. Hey, Chris. Okay, so now I have to say, I don't know a lot of what's going on. Let's do the sharks. We got to do the sharks today, you guys. We do. Only because I think somebody's letting the sharks out. Who's letting the sharks out? Let me find my shark cam. Now, let me get to the bottom of why I'm here. Excuse me. Oh, Lord. Jesus, take the wheel. So, Jinkies. Jinkies. Who is causing trouble for you, lady? Who is doing it? Why aren't you letting us know? You kind of threw us like a fourth of a freaking peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I want the whole sandwich. I'm hungry. I am hungry. And I'm hungry like the wolf. Debbie, don't even mention if the shark has a turd. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you talking about turds on sharks today, lady. All right. Uh-oh. First, first. We love H. Davis. But this is something that I remember. Okay. So I just kind of want to show this. Let me pull this up. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. All right. This is about me. This is about me. But, okay, wait. I think I need the other one first. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to get it together. Information overload. Okay. So this is where, and I don't know if it's in here. Miss Chewy, she don't like me. Even though she acted like she likes me, she don't like me. Last couple of lives, I've been out of the loop. I don't know if you'll be in the loop or not, Chris, because when I'm not in the loop and my title says rumors and apology apologies of flyin, and I'm being nosy. Come fill me in. That kind of gives it away to where I'm not real in the loop either. So I'm not sure what is said here, but let's listen to what is said. Dumplings is looking me. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Rewind. Be kind and rewind. Hold on, I got to get my audio right. I got to get my audio right. Okay, so this is Dumplings. I do not know Dumplings, but she was about to look up Remain Calm. Okay, so I don't know if it's this one or the other one. Miss Chewy makes a comment about me.
He was in Remain Calm chat earlier. Who is Remain Calm? I'm about to go look her up.
Look me up, lady. Hey,
I'm
little
just trying to
Dev.
wait on Wicked Wins.
Hey,
You're welcome, Great Night Angel. Okay.
hey,
Remain
H.
Calm. I'm gonna
Davis.
sub to her because doesn't Jinkies and Miss Chewy like her on Remain Calm or is she?
Does Jinky like Remain Calm? I like Jinkies. Jinky ain't done nothing to me. And she's going on a apology tour. She is.
Yeah, no.
But I don't know why. I don't know why. So that was the thing that caught my interest is someone saying, oh, let me look her up. Am I supposed to not like her? This is people that don't even know me. It's really weird. I found it weird. I didn't talk about it, okay? Because I was like, personally, I really didn't give a shit. But I'm just kind of showing you guys some of the players in all of this.
Hey, he was in Remain Calm chat earlier. Who is Remain Calm? I'm about to go look her up. I'm just trying to wait on Wicked Wins. You're welcome, Great Night Angel. Okay.
Some
Remain Calm. I'm gonna sub to her because doesn't Jinkies and Miss Chewy like her on Remain Calm or is she a no?
Am I a no? Chat, am I a no? Clan mentality. Obviously, that's what it sounds like.
I don't know who she is. Shady B.
Ruby Joy. Why'd you bring Matt into it? It's right there. I can't stand his voice. Matt's. Everybody else says Matthew has a sexy voice if that's who you're talking about. I don't freaking know. See, we're good over here. We've got Jinky's channel. We dropped the link. We dropped Dumpling's link. And I definitely want to drop Matthew's link. Now, I'm not going. Matthew, I guess, has a live scheduled. I didn't know that, Matthew. I apologize. Matthew has a lot more on a lot of these people. And, you know, I'm a snake. I'm a snake. I'm a snaky snake.
Hey, what's up, girlfriend? Peggy said I got Toshi. Oh, lordy. Why is it not showing on the screen? Peggy said I got Toshi calls. Toshi posted her email live. I posted it on Ultra's channel, but not to her. She called me a stalker. WTF. Well, what does Toshi say about it, Matt?
Okay, wait. I don't think that has anything to do with me.
Hey, Wicked. Is it you?
Okay, so let me go back very quickly. Wait, we got to go back to the shorts. Because you guys don't need to be seeing my Facebook stuff at all. I'm not showing you my stuff. All right, let me see what this other one is. It might show Chewy's chat. I think it's the same. Yeah, I don't understand. If Jinkies don't like me, I'm a no. But now I think, because I've got 2 clips of this, and I believe that, okay, all right, they're the same. Okay, so moving on. Oh my God, loves, I love you. Thank you. I love you. I do. Paying membership fees. YouTube takes mine away. What do you mean they take it away? They took your membership away? What? Girl, I adore you. You come up here anytime you want. I thought it was Chewy that didn't like you anymore. Yeah, it was Chewy that didn't like me anymore. But because Chewy got mad at me, they were all mad at me. Okay, so, all right, let's back this up. Because, let me see. I'm trying to do this correctly. Because I'm not going to show Jinky's whole live. But Jinky's apologizing to a lot of people. So let's see this.
All these people that I stood up for a certain person and I try to be a good friend to, that end up not being a very good friend to me. I want to apologize to Nani. I want to apologize to Matthew. I want to apologize to all the people that I stood up against and defended people for. Because it did turn around to kick me in the throat. I got cut in the throat for it. And
Jinkies, I got to tell you, I've done the same thing, and it doesn't end well for you. Can you show Madeline's age? Yes, ma'am, I will do that. I will do that. I seen that. Actually, I seen that. Madeline Koshikari. Yes, ma'am. I promise I will do that. I promise, I promise. I did actually see that, loves. I did see that. So, yes, H. Davis is getting ready to graduate in October. Super proud. Super proud, H.
I guess I should have seen it. That all these people out here that try to tell me, now I know. So if you want to bring it, let's bring it. I'm trying to keep it quiet. YouTube streets don't need to know the shit that's going on. I want to apologize to Diamond Creation for not listening to you.
Damn.
Even though I don't like you no more because you did me some dirty. But you didn't listen.
Damn. She apologized to Diamonds? Let's hear that again. She apologized to Matthew, too. So, it makes me wonder, because she don't want to say what the problem is. Right? Yeah, she said she, even though she don't like you no more. Jinkies, dang girl. Who you mad at? I don't know, Diamonds. Obviously, you tried to tell her about somebody. And, you know. You know. If you know, you know.
For not listening to you. Even though I don't like you no more because you did me some dirty. But you didn't listen to me. You can say I told you so, Jinkies.
Oh, she said you could tell her you told her so. You told her so. Jinkies, dang. Why didn't you just tell us what's going on? I'm confused. I am confused. But then again, not necessarily that I need to make sense of the nonsense. But I'm trying right now. I am trying. Okay, so Jinky, somebody. Okay, let's just listen to this clip real fast. Hey, J. Marie. Hey, Anus. I don't know. Jinky's mad. Jinky's is mad at somebody. And so she went on an apology tour. Hey, Tattooed Rebel, what is up? So she went on an apology tour. I don't know yet. I don't know who she's talking about. Hey, Rogue Knox, but it piqued my interest. It did. I want to know, Jinkies. I'm nosy, okay? Oh, thank you, Jackie. Woot woot. I said the same thing. Part 2 is coming soon. That's what I said also.
But you didn't listen to me. You can say I told you so, Jinkies. So I just want to apologize to that because I've learned my lesson on who is and who ain't at this point in time.
Who is and
Carry
who
on.
ain't.
Go ahead, Sherry.
I don't know what to say about that. I just
Sherry.
wish I didn't know any of it.
I want to apologize to any of them people up there
Period.
that try to warn me, and I went against them and tried to stand up for somebody that never had an ounce of stand up for me behind her.
Well, thank you to your sister too.
Exactly.
Thank
I
you.
apologize to my sister.
Thank you to
Yes.
Daisy, because Daisy was right.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Daisy,
need
you
a
were
chance to
right
retract
about
that.
something. Daisy, dang it, what was you right about? I am out of the loop with you girls. I am out of the loop. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Sherry cracks me up. Sherry girl, you crackers me up, lady. Okay, so Jinkies is saying that nobody, hey Casper, nobody took up for her after she took up for everybody else. Now, I feel you on that. I feel you on that, Jinx, because the majority of the people that I ever came out on YouTube and had their back didn't have mine. I'm not saying anybody that I hang around with now, but no, didn't have my freaking back. Huntress down south. All right, let's hear the next clip I have. I don't understand. Okay, wait, I got to share the audio again. Sorry, you guys, my audio's kind of in and out. In and out and on and on. All we are is what we are. On and on and on and on. Okay. All right, let me take that back a little bit.
Yeah, tell it.
You want me to tell you what happened? I'm trying to keep it
Well,
off YouTube. But if you want me to
well-
tell it, we'll tell what happened. Two-facers. Get her high ground.
Two-facers. I told you so. I know who that is. I don't have to put up my overlay. I know who I told you so is.
Hello,
That is so
darling.
funny. So I think I'm not going to name the person because I don't know, I've not been in the loop on all this stuff with Jinkies or stuff, but I think I know who she's talking about. I really do. Let me finish playing this clip.
Okay.
Two-faced bitches. That's all I got to say. Two faces. What really happened? Do we want to really bring that to YouTube? Now stop it. Let's tell it. But come on up, sisters. Hey, Davis, drop down.
I'll drop down. I'll drop down. I'll drop down.
Tell it. I don't want to bring it to YouTube, but if y'all want to bring it to YouTube, let's talk about it. Y'all want to come in here and bring it to YouTube? Let's talk about it. Because the truth is, the shady shit that happened and the shady shit, the two-faced backstabbing shit that come out of a lot of people that acted like that gave it.
So,
Yeah,
okay,
You want me to tell you what-
hold on. So, all right. Now, I was kind of around when some of that shit was going on. I guess I'm kind of, she's just now finding out that people were two-facing her. So it's, okay, Diamonds, let me ask you this. Is she basically saying that stuff that she said and stuff that she did to everybody was somebody else's fault? Hey, traders! Whoop whoop! Traders in the house. Love me some traders.
Do I sound okay? Am I echoing or anything? Because I just got a phone call.
No, you're fine. You're
Okay. Hey everyone in chat. Yeah, I believe she's I thought she would take accountability for what she did. You know, when someone apologizes, there shouldn't be a but or and at the end. It should just be, and I'm sorry for whatever it was that you're sorry for.
Right.
So, you know, we all know it was because she defended Anne and Dumplings.
Right.
And I've been out of the loop too this whole week. But from what I gathered, it was it seems like they've had a falling out. And
sounds to me like few of them have had a falling out, because I don't even know that Dumplings. The first time I even became aware of her was when she was on her live and she was like, "Oh, remain calm. I don't know her. Are we not supposed to like her?" And I was like, "That's pretty fucked up. If you have to ask other people if you're allowed to like me or not, you know,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
fucking crazy."
It's like she can't think for herself, you know? The thing is that, when Jinkies says that, I should tell her, I told her so, whatever. Uh, I really wasn't gonna say I told you so, but damn, like
But you
Matthew and
told
I,
her so.
Matthew, Debbie and I, like we all got thrown under the bus,
Right,
and it was over. Like I said, like if the main character in it was Dumplings,
right,
and it's just like, how is it that you have a friendship, with Matthew and me and Debbie for all these years, and you have this chick that comes in and you throw us to the snakes, and then you want to talk about, oh, you don't want to bring it to YouTube, you're not going to badmouth people and all this other stuff. How is it that you're going to show grace to these
when
people,
you
but you didn't
when
you didn't show grace to Matthew, Debbie, and me?
right.
Like, and I feel
No,
like
I
it's
get it.
because they got some serious stuff on her, and she doesn't want them to spill the tea.
Oh, that's what I hey, Rosie, hey, J. Marie, that's what I kind of heard, Diamonds, was that, I other people feel that way too, that she's trying to get ahead of it. So that's what you think too, she's trying to get ahead of it?
Yeah, absolutely. Because how can you sit there and say, "Oh, I'm sorry for going against you," or whatever apology she gave, and then come out and say, "Oh, I don't, even though I don't like you no more because
Right.
you did me dirty." Like I didn't do her dirty. Okay, what
Yeah,
I
that
reacted, I reacted to her lies just like all of us did.
right,
She not only let those people destroyed the friendship that we all had, whatever, because according to her it wasn't a friendship, but she let them destroy what I call a friendship.
right,
And not only that, but you can't sit there and say, oh, the beef with Matthew started way before Ann and Dumplings. No, like, it was that you started ghosting him, but it wasn't as serious as she made it, because she ended up doxing him and lying on him. You understand what I'm saying? So it's
right,
like you tried to destroy this man's character, all
right.
right? And now you want to be like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like, nah, man. You could take that "I'm sorry" and stick it where the Lord split you.
Right. Well, I do want to say this real quick. Opinions of this channel are not necessarily the opinions of others. Don't go show hate to anybody. That's not what these conversations are about. We're just trying, I'm nosy. I'm trying to figure it out. But what, and Janky's never done anything to me. I've never been associated with her channel. I've really never been associated with Daisy's channel. Daisy's never done anything to me either. But I did, what caught my attention with Jinkies, I did see her lie to you when you were up on her panel, when I heard her say what she was telling you she didn't say. And I'm like, we all heard it, and you heard it, Diamonds. And she still said that she never said it. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't think she would have forgotten. It had to do with messing around on one of her exes or something. I don't know what it was. But
Yeah, yeah. She
I
was.
thought
Mhm.
I would rather say, okay, I might have said it. I don't remember saying it, but if you said I said it, then whatever. Then to blatantly say I never said that. That
Yeah,
kind of,
exactly.
you know,
And then when she said that, like I went back and I clipped her saying it, and I even put it on my page. So I'm like, we're like we're not crazy. We heard you say it,
Right.
and it's just RC, like I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, all right, with the whole whatever she went through in her past and all that. I tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, but when she started lying on my name,
Right.
and I know for a fact that she was lying on Matthew and Debbie, I
Right.
was like, nah, you know what? Like, there's no coming back from that.
Right. Right. Well, I kind of when I kind of started looking at this, I was like, number one, I did feel she was trying to get ahead of something, and then I was like, all right, we're gonna get a part 2 with this, because she was just throwing out there, oh, you want to play with me? You want to talk about it? It's gonna divide the community, and I'm like, what freaking community are you talking about? Because
Oh, the community that she's talking about is the people who follow Dumplings, because the main reason why she tried to keep Dumplings around was because Dumplings brought her people over, especially that Dumplings is
Oh,
affiliated with a certain Turtle Island character. You understand what I'm
right.
saying?
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because yeah. It's all just crazy. I must switch over. We're gonna lighten it up a little bit because here, I want to make sure my screen is working good. I want to pop it over to Auntie Sherry. So basically her community would be flipping hang on a minute. Hold on, I gotta find my shark for a minute. I am unprepared today, ladies and gentlemen. So to her community is Chewy, Dumplings, her, Daisy. I don't know who else she would put in that community, because I wouldn't consider Matthew as being part of her community. Would you? Does
Oh
she?
no, definitely not anymore. And as far as
Oh, okay.
Daisy, she lets Daisy come in when when they're getting along and all this other stuff, and that's her sister. So regardless, she's gonna be there when they're cool.
Well, okay. This is what got me. Hold on. Let me pull this up. We're going to share this.
I welcome
Listen to
anybody that wants
this.
to come up here and talk about it. I'm trying to keep it off YouTube because, like I said, I'm not trying to sever one of the friendships that I do treasure a little bit, even though it's almost gone. I'm not trying to sever it completely.
What does she even mean by that?
In my opinion, I believe she's talking about, let me use her name correctly. I believe she's talking about Miss Chewy.
Oh. But okay, I want to replay that because her words don't make a lot of sense to me. So let me play it again.
I welcome anybody that wants to come up here and talk.
She welcomes anybody who wants to come up there and talk.
Talk about it. I'm trying to keep it off YouTube because, like I said, I'm not trying to sever one of the friendships that I do treasure a little bit.
So this gets me. Come up here and we'll talk about it. But personally, I don't want to bring it out because I'm trying to keep a friendship that we're not really friends right now, but that makes no sense to me. These words make no sense to me.
Even though it's almost gone?
Even though it's almost gone. So basically, what she's saying is, I don't want to bring it to YouTube, but I'm welcoming you guys to bring it to me on my channel on YouTube. That way, when this person that my friendship is almost gone with gets called out and her name is said, I ain't the one saying it.
Exactly. So
What is-
that when they come and they want to defend their name or whatever, she can look like the victim. That's all that is.
Oh, dang, Jinkies. Yeah, that's what I said. Her verbiage wasn't adding up to me. So it's okay if somebody else wants to come on her panel and call out this person that she doesn't want to sever the relationship that is almost gone. That relationship is almost gone. So I'm not going to throw her under the bus. Somebody else can come on my panel and throw her under the bus. That's what it
Yeah.
kind of sounds like to me. All right,
Yeah.
let me play the rest of this.
I'm not trying to sever it completely, but you all are, because you keep the shit going, that it will sever it.
Jinkies. I'm not trying to sever it, but you all are. All of you guys are doing it. Okay. How are they doing it though? Are they telling her what this person was saying behind the scenes? I don't get it. Why aren't
Yeah.
you
I wish.
my thing is, why she's saying she don't want to bring it out to YouTube, but why are you bringing it out to YouTube when you know by bringing it out to YouTube that other people are going to keep it going, and what's going to happen is your almost gone relationship will be a no more relationship. Kind of
Yeah.
what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. And I wish, the people involved would come up and share their side of the story because,
Well,
Jinkies like
one thing
and
I
mhm.
am over here is fair, and I will be fair. I see everybody's sides of everybody's stories, and because we're all human, so we're not going to look at things the same way. And so everybody has, this is my thing. Everybody has a truth, what they feel is their truth. And a lot of times people's truths don't add up with each other. So I don't see, this is what gets me. She's why is she even apologizing to you guys to start with? Does she want to, in some way, is she wanting to get you guys to what? Like her? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I can't tell with this shit. I really can't.
Yeah, I really, I don't,
Is she just trying to get y'all to leave her alone? Is that what it is? Is it one of those let's start fresh and I forgive you for everything that you did?
well, I don't know, honestly, because it's like, you know, I can speak like personally because she's been grimy to me, you
Right.
know? So it's just like she has her platform and she's talking about it, and I'm not going to jump the gun and only like listen to what she's saying because I know for a fact that she's a liar. You
Yeah.
understand? So it's like, Wicked West or Juicer or whoever she was talking about behind the scenes.
Yeah, I haven't even pulled up the other stuff yet. These are just my clips from her live.
Yeah, if they want to come up and say their truth, then
Right.
we could talk about that.
Let me see. Hold on here. Hold on. Let me check some of this. Let me pull this up. Okay, here's a clip that I have. Let's hear what this one says. Hopefully my audio's good. If I have to reset it, I will. Now, who is this queen? Who is this person going around by the name of Queen? Has anybody? I've never seen that person before. Yeah, Jackie. I don't know. I don't have her phone number, Jackie. Sorry,
Yeah,
Jackie.
I've never seen that person either.
Yeah, that Queen person. They got a lot to say. Wait a minute. let me see real quick. Hold on. So this person is called the Queen. Yes, the Queen. And it says, this is a comment left to Jenkins. You put your link up after you blocked me and told me to come up. What kind of shit is that? I used to come here a lot and then I moved on after watching you talk down to friends of mine. Stop being fake. Yeah, that was under Jinky's that was in her comments. And this person said, Jinkies asked, who are you? So Jinkies is acting like she doesn't know this person that's going by the Queen.
Hey, RC,
so-
do you remember what Matthew taught you
which
to
part?
just play the voice?
Yeah.
And then if you want to just show, like, if something pops up on screen, if you want to
You
just show it in still that way,
oh,
because
well,
she's you know she's grimy like that, so just be careful.
well, that's why I was just showing clips. But no, I don't have nothing against Yankees. I mean, personally, she ain't done nothing to me. I just been watching her. She amuses me. Well, she doesn't amuse me, but she piques my curiosity. She
Yeah,
piques
and
my
at the end of
curiosity.
the day, RC, let me tell you, like, you know, we're nobodies when it comes to YouTube and the creators. But when your own blood sister is warning you about someone
Right,
and you decide to defend these people, not knowing if what's being said about them is the truth, and
right.
not defend your own sister, then that's a red
Well,
flag to me.
yeah, but they bicker back and forth so much. I take that into account that they are sisters. But that's the thing on, well, everybody's a somebody. I don't care if you're a creator, a sub, a mod. It doesn't matter to me. Um, you know, I don't go with titles for sure. And I think that everybody is just as important in their own right. But you know, if you're a creator and you have people in your ear, it doesn't matter if other people are your blood or not. They can easily take someone and create a big problem. And Jinkies was that person that obviously she is saying is causing them some big problems now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
exactly. So basically, what was being said about them is happening to her now, and
it's gonna
which
go
is something that we all do, because you know what, my eyes weren't open. I believed everything that I was being told when it came
right,
to her. And it
right.
was that, when she came and she lied on me, and she twisted everything that I said, that I was like, whoa, wait a minute,
Well,
that's
I
not how
mean,
it went down.
the thing about it is, if her and Daisy's not fighting or arguing anymore, um, I could see something like this happening, only because who said it? Oh, Chris. Bickering brings in big bucks on YouTube, and that's why they do in public. I've agreed with that since the first time I watched them. They know bickering back and forth, but the thing about it is, she's she's not saying how these people two-faced her. She's wanting them to come up on panel and tell her is what she's wanting. She's not saying where the problem came in. She's just saying, oh, people two-facing me. Well, on YouTube, you are a special character if you don't have somebody two-facing you on YouTube. Because it happens all the time.
Yeah.
You have to be, especially as a creator, you have to be very careful and with who you associate with off of fucking YouTube. Because these people are fucking psychotic. They are psychotic. If you say one thing, just like you said, one thing that you say, they'll twist it, or they'll just outright lie. They will outright lie about somebody.
Yeah,
Outright.
and the thing that I don't understand is, if you're going back and forth with someone or with people and you guys are, trashing each other's looks or
Right.
whatever, so that's one thing. That back and forth is it's always gonna happen.
Yeah.
But when you start to go real life, that's when it's just like, whoa, like why? Because you know that my words are true. You want to attack me with, oh well, I got these details on you, and I'm gonna show everybody who you
Yeah.
truly
I
are and
heard
all
her
this other
say
stuff,
that. I heard her say that. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, there's going to be a part 2. Watch. I think this is. I don't know if this one had Sherry in it or not. Hang on. Then say why you feel the way you do. There's a part 2 coming. Ladies and gentlemen, let's drop Jinky's link because we're getting ready for a part 2. But my advice is drop Matthew's link, and I believe he'll be going live here in a little bit. And I'm very interested in what he has. Because, like I said, he's more in tune with all this stuff than I am. So I'm just a precursor. I'm just, I'm like,
You're the pre-party.
yeah,
Yep.
pre-party. I'm trying, I'm helping y'all understand as much as I can understand what's going on. And then Matthew can,
Well, I'm not sure. Do you have what is it? I believe she was talking to someone directly in one of her lives.
yeah,
And she mentioned a few names.
Yeah, I got that pulled up. I'm getting
So
ready to.
if you show that and then you let play what she said last night, you'll be able to put 2 and 2 together and figure everything out.
Okay, so this is this is Jinkies, but this is on a different live.
And I'm just really tired of this woman that needs to focus on her life and her shortcomings versus mine. This woman, I'm not gonna say her name because I'm giving her any clout. She keeps doing these little clips, and she adds me at the front of them, but they're about racism, people that's racist. And she adds me like I'm racist, like I'm the one that's like the grand dragon. I'm serious, guys. Have you all ever seen me racist? Have I ever said anything racist to anybody on here or hurt anybody in any racist ways? Please let me know if you feel like I have. I think she mentioned that I made Matthew a black Squidward. Okay.
A what? A black what?
So are you familiar with the cartoon SpongeBob?
Oh yeah. Oh, Squiggler, a black Squiggler.
Yes. But Squidward in SpongeBob is what color? Do you remember?
No.
He's gray. He's gray in the cartoon.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So her and Dumplings decided to change Squidward's color and make him brown skin. And they started calling Matthew Squidward. So, like she's like, oh, that's not racist. That's just making fun of him. But I'm like, so if you were gonna make fun of him, because Squidward has the big nose, why didn't you just leave Squidward's natural color? Why did you have to put the brown skinned Squidward in there? And they both did it because they were both editing it on one of her lives. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, not only that, but you sit with people who are known racist, you know?
Oh
And
yeah,
then behind
yeah,
the scenes,
yeah, because she was hanging with Buddy East Coast, right?
yep, exactly. And not only that, but Anne is a well-known racist as well, you know,
Oh,
in my opinion. But when you go around singing a song that involves, you know, slaves being beaten to death and using the
damn,
N
she did
word with the
that.
hard R, you know for a fact that she's
Dang,
racist. And not
dang.
only that, but Jinkies has actually told someone that she trusts very well that she agrees that Anne is a racist. Okay. And it's just like, but you're sitting with these people. Okay.
So
So
she's
okay.
okay. So she's saying she's not racist, but she hangs out with known racist.
And she changed Squidward's color to be brown skin and then started calling Matthew Squidward. You understand what I'm saying? Just leave. She could have just left Squidward as
Right,
the color that he was.
right.
Why change his color? You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, that's, you know, I mean, I really don't care. But my thing is,
Do
if
you
you're gonna
think
talk
that?
about Matthew's nose,
He's a
then
little
just
white.
leave it
Right.
at Matthew's nose.
Do you think it was just like a shady shot from the side that she made him a squiggler because of Squiggler's personality on SpongeBob and
No,
you
she said
know,
it was because Matthew has a big nose like Squidward. That's the reason why she brought the character into it.
but she made him
But my
black.
thing is, if that was the only thing that you were gonna reflect on, then you should have left Squidward his normal color and then just compare their noses if that's what you wanted to go. But no, deep down, in my opinion, that was a little racist.
Just a little. Just a little bit. No, yeah, okay. Here, I'm gonna play the rest of it.
White too, but he's black. So that's not racist. Racist is not stating something that's true.
You know what gets me? I've never asked anybody who's ever come over to my channel what their ethnicity is at all. It shouldn't matter. But sometimes on YouTube it does.
It's racism is hate. It's hurting. It's belittling. It's thinking you're better than somebody else. It's not stating a fact.
Can you pause that real quick?
It's not.
Go ahead.
So she gave her definition of what a racist is or what racism is, right? Belittling and hurting someone, right?
Yeah,
So
obviously what she thinks it is.
yeah. So my thing is, if that's your definition of being a racist, everything that you just described, you've done it to Matthew. All right. You tell everyone that Matthew lives off the government. You tell everyone that Matthew should go get a job, that he's a woman beater and he's a womanizer. Everything
Right.
that you just described about being a racist, you've done it to a dark-skinned person that you don't
Yeah,
like.
I get it. Very well explained. I get what you mean. Totally. But did she do that to Matthew when they were getting along, or did she do it when they were on the outs?
She did it when they were on the outs. She didn't do that
Oh,
when they were
dang.
getting along. No,
Dang, girl. All right,
you know.
let's listen to the rest of it.
Not racism. When I see shady shit, I call it out. But I don't try to hurt people on purpose until I see somebody doing some kind of shady stuff.
Is that true? Because I don't watch her.
But the thing is that what you just explained earlier, RC, how she wants people to come up on her panel to say what happened because she didn't want to say it. So she
Right.
just said that when she sees shady shit, she'll call it out. So why are you giving these people grace when you clearly just said that you call it out? But you want them to come up on your panel to talk about it because of what somebody put in your chat.
Oh, okay. I
That
get
makes
it.
no sense to me. You know?
I get it. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't. But then again, it gives her content. It gives her content. So
Exactly.
if she can get them up there, then I guess if you're gonna do something like that, you might as well use it for content, right? You might as well get the content out of it. And let me tell you, when she talks about it or when anybody goes up there on that panel, you watch her sub count. She will get overloaded with subs, especially if she's got on subscriber only mode.
Yeah, but you see
So,
the point that I'm trying to make is that she said it several times before that she knows that drama sells. She knows that she gets anyone, not only her, so I'm not going to only pinpoint her, but anyone that has drama on their channel, their views are going to be a little higher than normal, right?
exactly.
So my thing is, she's publicized the
Hey,
drama with
Juicer, don't fuck.
Matthew. She's publicized the beef with Matthew and Matthew's people, quote unquote, right?
Right.
But yet she doesn't want to publicize the beef that she has with Juicer, Dumplings, Wicked West, and them. Why?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because maybe they know something a little more than anybody else does. I don't know.
Yeah, there's different levels in there. Certain people know certain things. That's how it is. It's like different things for different people. Okay, so this is the other one.
Hey, Juicer, don't fucking message me no more.
Bam.
Okay? Don't talk to me like you just talked to me and act like you know what I'm talking about. Don't talk to me no more and don't come in my chat no more. You need to get the fuck out. If you see Juicer in
Dang.
here, get rid of her. I'm not going to have her talk to me the way she just talked to me no more. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay, Juicer? Don't do that.
I don't think I have what Juicer said. What the fuck Juicer say? She went after him so bad.
I don't know. I think she had sent I think Juicer sent Jinkies a message in private, and Jinkies was just publicly responding to her.
Oh, yeah, if you're going to do it, you might as well do it on your channel, right? That's the way some of them are. Okay, hold on.
Because it can get really bad, okay? So don't do it. I was not talking about Brandy. This has nothing to do with Brandy.
So now she's got people probably in chat trying to guess who it is. And they're probably naming everybody they can think of. Juicer defended.
Yeah, and notice she mentions the name Brandy, right?
Right. Why do they bring up other people's names? I see that way, way too much. Why would she would have even said anything about Brandy? You can say no, right? Why can't
Yeah, and the thing is that a lot of us in the true crime community would assume that the Brandy that she's talking about is a grieving mother. But if you continue listening to it, if you continue listening to it and then play what she played last night, then you'll figure out that it's not that Brandy and it's someone else.
Oh. Yeah, because why would she be talking about, you're talking about Michael's mom, right?
Yeah,
or
but she's not.
Brandy.
She wasn't. Yeah, she wasn't referring to like. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
No,
if you're just listening it for the first time,
yeah, I could have probably guessed she wasn't talking about Michael's mom, Brandy Neal. Yeah. Okay, ready?
This has nothing to do with Brandy. So I don't know why you just messaged me and acted like this is about Brandy. Brandy needs to get over her woe is me. Okay.
Oh, the dude. So they messaged her and she's answering it on a live. Why didn't she just text back and say no?
exactly.
Well,
so you know, someone sent this clip to me. So from my knowledge, it was that Jinkies had a live the other day, which is now deleted or privated, whatever she did.
Yeah.
And while she was talking about something during that live, Juicer, which is Dumpling's ride or die friend, messaged her. And you can tell by Jinky's response that, in her opinion, it was disrespectful. You know?
Well, she says it on, I just played it where she was chewing her out. She was cussing her out and said not to let her in the chat anymore. But then she brings in another name. Okay, here we go.
All right. I'm just a little at my boiling point right now. Don't come back in here, Juicer. Stay
I
in your
get
lane.
like that sometimes too, though.
I'm very upset at her right now, the way she just messaged me and talked to me. You don't talk to me like that, Juicer, because I wasn't even talking about Brandy or nobody. You know who I was talking about. You're just a psycho bitch. Don't come back in here.
Damn. Damn.
Oh, I know you listen to Miss Ann's message. You don't know nothing what I'm talking about. So you need to be quiet and don't ever message me again, okay? Don't ever message.
So now she mentions Miss Ann. How many people she gonna mention? Lord Jinkies. Okay, so now we
Well,
got
RC, that goes back to the video of the body cam that Matthew played. Because on the body cam footage, it shows that they're all in a group chat. So you have Ann, Chewy, Juicer, which her real name is
Don't say
in
it.
Matthew's.
Don't
No,
say
I
it.
won't say it. No, I'm not gonna say it. But it's in Matthew's body cam footage. They all say their real names. So they're all in a group chat together. You understand what I'm saying? So
Well,
why is
wait,
it that
when the cop
Mhm.
was there?
Yeah, when Ann called the cops on Matthew, Matthew
Wow.
showed the body cam of all of them in a group chat.
Damn. Damn, you girls need to start hiding your shit a little better. You never know who's watching.
Exactly.
Lord have mercy. Ah, Jinx. Jinkies. Jinkies, you know you can come over here. You know I won't let nobody disrespect you. I won't.
Yeah, and I'll even drop down if she wants to come up and say her side. But
Well,
you know,
look, anybody can come up here. Especially if your name was mentioned, you're always welcome to come up here and say what you got to say. You know, I don't have a problem with that. So, because that's the way I am. And so I don't want anybody to think that I'm busting anybody's balls and I'm taking sides or whatever. I'm not. I am processing this. I'm processing it all right now. Yep. Lord, damn, Jinkies. She's a trip. Okay, Jinx.
Message me again. Never.
Never, ever.
This has nothing to do with.
Hold on. Hold on, I got something for you, Jinkies. Hold on, you got to give me a minute, though. I'm sorry I didn't have it pulled up. Hopefully I can find it. Oh, golly, I found it. I got something for her here. Hold on. Hold on, I got something for you. Hold on. My favorite clip. My favorite clip.
I'm waiting to see the middle finger being shown on your screen.
No.
No, I know.
Hold on. Hold on, Jinx. I got something for you. You can use it whenever you want. Here we go. My favorite clip of all time. Oh, shit, I got it muted. Oh, low budget channel.
Calling him right now. Why are you mad at me? Why you ever, never, ever, don't ever again. You hear me? You never, ever, ever do again. Done with it.
That's my favorite clip of all time.
That is funny.
I love it. Oh, here we go. Here's one. Hold on. This is what they need. Oh, shit. Hold on. Fucking commercial. Damn commercial. I wasn't ready for it. This one's a good one. If it's the right one. Oh, wait. Hold on. Is that my clip? No, that's not my clip. Ooh, I don't want to show that. Sorry. That was Vice. I don't want to show Vice. They will get me for sure. Hey, Oprah got me, Diamonds. Oprah Winfrey got me.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah.
For what?
Thank you, Jackie. I
For
was
mentioning her name?
No, I was playing some of her stuff. I was showing a interview she did. It had to do with domestic violence. It was really good. It was
Oh
really
wow. And she struck you?
well,
Or was that copyright?
it was just copyright.
Okay.
But I didn't want to fight it, even though I was using it for educational purposes. So
Oh yeah, definitely.
I just went ahead and took the test. It was just easier that way.
Okay. Man, that sucks.
Randy
Nah.
and little tails that's packing around and stuff. This has nothing to do with people that's supposed to have been my friend and love me. You know what? This don't belong on YouTube. But anyway, yeah.
Oh, that's sad. She's questioning people who loved her. So, I mean, has she been friends with these people for a long time?
She was not friends with Dumplings and longer than me and Debbie. Like me and Debbie were friends with her longer than that. They had just they would come in here and there and whatever, but they started coming in a lot when another creator was making fun of Miss Daisy. Like he would dress up as her and all that other stuff. That's when they really started
Justin,
coming
yeah.
in.
Justin
Yeah.
was holding on her, yeah.
Yeah, so they were basically laughing at everything and making fun of Miss Daisy and all that other stuff.
Right,
And her sub
yeah.
count and her views, they went, they soared during
Right.
all that stuff,
Right. Hey, give me
But the person that she's referring to, though,
Hey, lady.
she's been there since day one. Miss Chewy has always been there with Jinkies.
Right.
And that's who I feel, in my opinion, she's referring to. Because of certain things that she said there and certain things that she's gonna say
Yeah.
in other lives,
Hey, give me 1 second, okay? Give me 1 second.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Jackie, for gifting 10 memberships. Woohoo! Let's get them likes up, y'all. So who's going to throw the first pie? Debbie? RC just left, so we can have our normal food fight. You just got slapped in the face with a cherry pie. Or maybe a banana pie. All right. Thank you for the membership. Woohoo. Debbie, your pie looks like it just came out the oven. Chill. Might get third-degree burns. So yeah, y'all. It's the crazy, crazy, crazy stuff.
Right, girl.
Stop pulling my hair at Debbie.
I had to refill my ginger ale.
That's cool. So you got gifted memberships.
I did. Oh yeah. Jackie did. Thank you, Jackie. Miss Jackie. Hey, you know what? It does help me a lot when people do gift memberships. It does help a lot.
It definitely does. You guys, when you get the gifted memberships, you get the full amount that you put on, right?
You know, I don't. No, I don't
And then
think
the
so.
30% is just taken from like the super chats.
I don't know. I would have to
Oh,
look into that. I don't know.
oh,
All,
okay.
all, all, all I know is I make a little bit of money. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So
Yeah, I know.
I know they do take a pretty good percentage out of it. And see, it makes it harder too, because if you don't get a lot of super chats or, don't have a higher percentage of members, and then YouTube takes that out, you don't get paid a lot for ad revenue. It's not, you don't get paid what people think. So, you got to have a pretty high count. And it depends on what you're talking about too. Because I'm really weird. If I'm talking about, if I don't know, sometimes I don't monetize my stuff. And then sometimes I do. So,
Do they give you a warning if they're not gonna monetize you on a certain live so that you can fix it?
well, yeah, ad suitability.
Okay.
If you go to monetize and it don't go through and you see ad suitability, they're basically telling you to check and see if maybe you can edit something out to, make it suitable. So
Okay.
they give you the chance to do that.
Oh, that's good.
I'm
So I'm
just
like, you
fucking
can
late.
you can monetize these lives, and then if they say that you have to fix it up, then I guess just do it, and
Yeah,
even though it's a little bit.
well, you know me. There's times I can fix it up, and then there's other times I don't even want to try. So,
Yeah, I hear
because
you. Too much work.
my my shit goes sideways really quick. I mean, we can be talking about something serious, and then before I know it, we're off in somewhere else. So that's what we do over here. We end up I think sometimes we end up talking about like 4 or 5 different things. So
Yeah.
n- never a dull moment over here for sure. All right, hold on. Hold on, you guys. Let me get this next one. I think I got another one. Okay, wait. Um okay. Who is that? Oh. So, do you think that I know who you think she's talking about. Okay, weird shit. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Guys.
Hold on, everybody. Okay, let's try this one.
I apologize, guys. I should have never put myself out there and took up for people that obviously never took up for me.
I got hung up in a situation. I didn't even know what the hell was going on.
Okay, Wicked West, let's tell what happened. Do you want me to tell what?
Okay, so Wicked West says she's only saying that because she does not want us to tell them what you did.
You can
Holy moly.
you can show them the still shot of what, because she pins it
Okay,
of what
hold on.
Wicked West said, and just don't play the video.
Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Let me view that on StreamYardis. Okay. Girl, I'm being slow. I am being slow. There it is. Wicked West is saying. She only saying that because she don't know. She don't want us to tell them what you did. Jinkies, what did you do? What did you
Inquiring minds
do?
would like to know.
Dang. Dang, Janks. Miss Sherry cracked me up. Let's see which one it was. Sherry cracks me up. I don't care what anybody says. I still have a little soft spot for her. For real. She said something. She did something so funny. Oh, here
I
it is.
would love to.
Here it is. This is Miss Sherry. Here we go. Here, listen to what she says.
Anything to do with me, so I'm going to excuse myself for a moment.
I would love to know what they're talking about.
I'm gonna get
Please
another cup
tell
of
me
coffee,
what
please.
shady shit got found out and who you're talking about.
Oh my gosh! Oh guys, come on! What the world?
The Queen, aka Chewy, or Dumpling, or Wicked, or
Can you raise it just a little bit?
Can you hear her? Hold on, I'll
She
turn it
sounds
up.
really. See if you can like raise the volume.
Yeah, I did. Listen, you guys. I'm cracking up at Sherry. This is Miss Sherry, Auntie Sherry.
Anything to do with me, so I'm going to excuse myself for a moment.
I would love to know what they're talking about.
I'm gonna get
Please
another cup
tell
of
me
coffee,
what
please.
shady shit got found out and who you're talking about.
Oh my gosh! Oh guys, come on! What the
The
world?
Queen, aka Chewy, or Dumpling, or Wicked, or
Sherry's singing in the background. She cracks me up.
Did you hear that allegedly she porn bombed Miss Ann?
Sherry did?
Yeah, I think someone said that she was showing her
Mama
her,
Bear, I hear, you know
her
what?
itty bitty.
She talks about her boobs all the time.
She's done it. She's done it with Daisy and Jinkies too.
That cracks me up. I'm telling
She
you.
has some nip
You know,
slips.
Sherry can say some pretty harsh things sometimes, but I truly believe, and this is no excuse, but I truly believe in her upbringing and her worldly knowledge. Cause Sherry's not a dum dum. She just a little cray cray. She
Oh,
ain't
definitely. She's
dumb.
very
She's just
intelligent.
cray. I mean, it's just what she says throws people off because she just says whatever she wants to say.
Yeah,
She
she
says
definitely
whatever
does.
she wants to say.
And sometimes, if it's not educational and it's just hearsay from someone, she'll throw it out and really insult someone, not really knowing the full story behind it.
Right. Right. Was there anything else that we needed to, did I miss anything?
Well, no, it was basically now if you put everything together that you just showed, right?
Yeah,
So
I really didn't. I mean, I had stuff of my own. You sent me a couple things. I
yeah.
didn't know what order to put it in. So
So the live that Jinkies deleted where she's cursing out Juicer,
yeah,
she mentions the name Brandy, right?
right.
And um Brandy also goes by Bubbles.
Oh,
And
Bubbles. Yeah,
I'm
Bubbles. I've
getting
heard
another
about.
phone call.
I think Bubbles has been over here before, maybe.
Yes. So according to Bubbles, she's an advocate, right? She claims to be an advocate. And which I question very much because she wanted to find out where it was that Matthew's son was called the R word and was being um degraded on
Well,
Jinki's panel.
yeah, I get that,
Yeah.
but
So
I have her admitting that on my channel. I threw her off my channel. So
yeah.
Even if you
But
don't find it out on Jinkies, it's on my channel.
yeah. So, but the thing is that with Bubbles, she advocated, or she claims to advocate, for that. But when Wicked, I believe it was, who was it? Was it Wicked West? No, no, no. It was Turtle Talk. Came out and said uh something about Zach unique prepping, about his voice, because they paid for the voice that he uses on his computer to talk on the panel. So Turtle Talk came out and said that his voice was taken. Like she said it in a mean way, and we all caught it. But Bubbles didn't speak up about it, and um didn't tell didn't tell them that it was wrong for what they said about Zach. You understand? So if you're gonna advocate, if you're gonna be an advocate for Marley and for Zach, or people like them, then it should be all, like, all across the board, you know. But anyway, um, Jinkies mentioned Brandy, and when you go back into what they were saying, was it came out to be that Jinkies was talking crap about Bubbles, about Brandy, to, in my opinion, it was either Anne or Chewy, and they went back and they told the person, because Bubbles allegedly has been asking for money and borrowing money from certain people, including Sherry. So that was the big deal. One of the things that happened. So I believe Juicer was the one who brought it up that day that Jinkies cursed her out.
Oh,
Yeah. And she probably feels that Chewy was the one who went back and told that Jinkies was gossiping about what was going on. But to me, there's more stuff. Because there's been a
well,
lot
that's
of
yeah. Well,
yeah,
that's what I said too. Matthews, he can put a lot of it more
yeah,
together than I can. For
exactly.
real, for real, Matthew. Matthew, I'm sure Matthew's got a lot more than I do. I was never a part of whatever that community over there was, with you know, uh, Daisy and Jinkies and Chewy and
Yeah.
I think I went to Miss Chewy's once and I didn't go back. But yeah. I went into Daisy's chat, I think, one time.
Yeah. Check
But
out Anus's comment.
Jinkies mentioned Annie Sherry not having to give money on that live last night. She gave her $50 freaking dollars the night before. Maybe that was why. I seen it with my own two eyes. I watched the live from last night. And I believe Auntie Sherry gave her $50. Maybe that's why she said, you ain't got to give me no money tonight, Sherry. You paid me last night.
Well, she's always been like that when it comes to
Sherry,
Jinkies.
my understanding, she's been pretty gracious with
Yeah.
with the girls over there.
Yeah, and she does it with different creators as well. But the whole thing was that Jinkies knows that person that she's referring to was asking Sherry for money, and that it wasn't only Sherry that she was asking. So that's where, like, the big drama came in, because Jinkies felt like, in my opinion, Jinkies felt like they were trying to scam the people who give Jinkies money. You understand? So my thing is, so let's say, for instance, if I'm giving you money, cash apps, memberships, and all this other stuff, right, RC? But
Right.
then one of your members that's cool with you comes behind the scenes and asks me for money, and you were a gold digger, you would feel some type of way, right? But because you're not like that, you'd be like, hey, you know what? If you can help one of my subs that's a friend of mine, then by all means. But Jinkies doesn't see it that way, in my opinion, because if you're giving this other person money, then that means you're not going to have enough money to give me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Absolutely. Totally. Well, the way I think about it, if people behind the scenes are talking about giving each other money, it ain't got shit to do with me, and I don't want to know about it. You know what I mean? I don't want to know about none of that shit. If y'all are scheming behind the scenes, don't tell, remain calm, okay? For real. One thing I always try to do, and I love channels that do go after the scum bums,
Mm-hmm.
and but I'm not gonna sit and fight with people over how they make their money or shit like that. But
Yeah, and I think the
it
worst thing is if you started your channel based off of talking about um missing children,
right,
and you decide, to not only talk about missing children and you want to talk about whatever, but then you know for a fact that a missing child is being belittled and being disrespected.
yeah,
I would think that you would call that out before anything else.
right. I agree.
Kind of like what happened with Monkey. Not one of them over there called that part out. All they were worried
Right.
about was, oh, Matthew's talking about my husband, about my kid, and all this other stuff.
Right,
You
I get
know,
it.
and I'm not a racist, because Buddy said this and blah 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 blah. No, but
Right,
why don't you call out what they were saying about a missing child
right.
and what they were saying about his mother? You understand what I'm saying? So
Hey,
crazy.
Danny, we never said Jinkies was taking money from Sherry. So, I don't want people to think we said that. Yeah, what we said is Sherry is very gracious with the girls. That's all I said. I ain't,
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And
ain't got a
Sherry and
dog in
Jinkies,
that fight.
they talk behind the scenes. So if Jinkies needs something, she can always ask her off of YouTube, you know.
Right.
But when Jinkies is on her live, she likes to, put out stuff that she needs and all that other stuff, and it's just like, I
Well,
don't know.
that's the thing. I think with that, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think, if you are a creator, you come on YouTube, even if you may not have a specific subject, if people like hanging out and listening to you or whatever, some people are just, are pretty gracious when it comes to that. You're,
Oh yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
you're taking
Absolutely.
you're taking your time, and even though it may be something you like to do, it is your time. So
However, the thing is that, as a creator, yeah, you should be able to receive gifts and monetary value of things or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I get that
but
part.
but
But when you
what's
go and you put up a banner saying that it's your kid's birthday and it really isn't your kid's birthday, then I see a problem with that. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
And not only that, but the same thing comes out of your mouth every single time you start to grift, and it's, well, I'm a single mother and no one helps me and blah 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 blah. Like, come on, you're
right,
not the only single mother in the world.
that's true.
You understand what I'm saying? So
That is
just say,
true.
hey, I this month I need a little bit of help or whatever, and you have those people that'll throw money at you. But my
Right,
thing is, like, there's a lot of them that throw her cash apps. She talks to them behind the scenes.
right,
You understand what I'm saying? So it's
right.
just like, why keep saying the same thing over and over?
Well,
It's just like,
I
I don't
think
know.
that you guys all definitely have a history with her. And so, you guys are the ones that have seen her do all the stuff. I mean, for real. I've seen what I've seen. I don't need to see anymore. I can tell you that. Um, you know, she's a different kind of character. She
Yeah,
really
and
is.
and like I said, like if that's the way you want to hustle and all that other stuff, then more power to you. But you know what? When you come out and you start saying one week you're like, oh, Matthew needs to go get a job, or you have these stay-at-home moms that need to go and get a job. But then the following week, you're like, oh, YouTube is a job and I come on here, I give you my time and I entertain you. So yeah, I don't mind the super chats and the memberships and the cash apps and all the other stuff. So which one
Right,
is it? It's a job for you, but it's not a job for Matthew and the stay-at-home moms? I don't
right,
get that.
right. Well, it's, sometimes, well, I don't know. I just, the racist stuff kind of got to me. I don't, I'm not big on people kind of doing shady shit and trying to make it into racism. I don't think I've asked. The only way that I know anybody's real color on fucking YouTube is if it's a creator and we don't have our cameras on, or we have our cameras on. That's the only time I see. And I hate to say it, but I don't see color. I don't see color. I see people as individual people, and I look at the person. I don't look at what they look like on the outside, you know.
I'm pretty sure that you're close. You're well, I think Anne is a little older than you are. But like her excuse and people who defend her are like, well, you have to look at her age, and she was brought up around racism and all that other stuff. And I'm like, how I know a lot of people who are Anne's age that don't look at the color. They look at the person for who the person is, just like you. You know.
I mean, I'm old enough where I grew up with a little racism. I mean, but I'm not racist. I've never been racist.
Yeah, and it doesn't excuse the fact that you're using the N word in a derogatory way. You understand?
Right,
Not you, but I'm just saying whoever's throwing it out there. Because if you're arguing and you're cursing someone out, and then you throw that word in there, you're not throwing flowers at them. You're not
right,
complimenting them. You're insulting them. So that's how they're gonna take
mhm,
it.
right, right. I absolutely, yeah, that's true. That's very true. But I'll tell you what, the worst racist rant was Buddy East Coast. When he went on that rant, I was floored.
Oh
Floored.
yeah, that was disgusting.
That was fucking horrible.
Yep, it was disgusting.
That's still up, isn't it? Did they let him keep it up? Didn't they?
What? No,
Mm.
his channel is gone. Well, one of his channels is gone, to my understanding.
Did he just lose one?
I think he lost the Buddy East Coast one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, but I think he has several of them. But I think he lost one channel because he was like doxing people and being vulgar and all that other stuff. So I
Right.
believe they took his channel. But at the end of the day, RC, your point of making this live was what? So that people that are just coming in can understand a
Well,
little bit better.
thing about it is everything that I showed is factual because you guys heard it. So take whatever you need to take with that, and um, you have to take into consideration what was said. And I must say I don't agree with what Jinky said. And this is my thing. It's up to Jinkies to play the game however long she wants, that this stuff is happening. If you want to say something, come up on my panel. She can play that game as long as she wants until she decides to talk about it herself. So, I mean, I guess it's where she wants to make her next move.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
But
if you were in my shoes, right? And you thought you had a friendship with one of your subs, right? And
right,
you go and you tell the sub is telling you about this certain person, and
right.
would you accept the apology after lies and basically they tore
Uh,
your name apart? Would you
God,
accept the apology?
that's a good question. Uh, I, I, I don't know as much as accepting the apology, but just letting it go and moving on and taking into account whatever, whatever transpired to get you there. Um, just take that into account and really, really watch to what level you are going to have a friendship with somebody. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah. And my thing is, I was raised to forgive, right?
Right,
And in order to, I guess, be accepted into heaven, you have to, let things go, forgive people, right?
right,
Um, so my thing is, if you're really sorry, like if it was me and if I was gonna come and tell you I'm sorry, I would explain to you what I'm sorry for.
right,
All right. And then I would take back all the lies that I said about you and let my subs know that,
right,
what, I said it out of anger and I may have twisted the truth a little bit, but that
right,
didn't happen. This didn't happen. You understand what I'm saying? That shows me that your apology is sincere. But if
right.
you want to throw out an apology and then put a but after it, or just apologize because now you're being stabbed in the back, I
Yeah,
don't know. It
let
doesn't
me
sit
tell
well with
you,
me.
when and you're right, because when I asked that one chick, I'm not even gonna say her name, I can't remember who she was, obviously, but was talking about when she called Marley the R word. And I asked her if she said it, and she said yes, but right after she said yes, it was but. And I'm like, there ain't no buts into doing anything like that. There's no excuse for that. You can't add a but after the yes. So I threw
Yeah,
her out.
I agree. I agree. Now, if she was to come out and do a live and say, listen, I was wrong. My feelings were hurt. I was wrong for doxing Matthew's information, or should I say I was wrong for helping get Matthew doxed. I was wrong for letting these people attack a person who was basically my ride or die from day one. All right.
Right,
And on top of that, Debbie, because the beef wasn't even with Debbie. What happened was Debbie called you out. All right. Because Debbie saw everything in real time. She saw everything happen right when it happened. And, you know, your apology should be about that too. Like, you know what? I should have listened to you. All right. And I apologize for wanting to share your screenshots, or should I say your messages to me. I'm gonna apologize for when it came to me for talking about your DV and the past that you went through and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Like
right,
she brought up a lot of stuff and I'm just like, wow,
right.
that was never
Well,
talked about.
one of the things I think is she's put out too much information about her life.
Exactly.
Not saying that she shouldn't talk about the things, but uh, you know, all parties involved in some of that are all on YouTube. So she says things and then the ex says things, and that's all craziness. That stuff shouldn't be going on YouTube at all.
Yeah.
You
Can you
know,
can I address Julia's comment?
yeah, I didn't see it, but go ahead.
She said, Diamonds, you have went on a YouTube tour to
Right?
criticize Jinkies, and my question is, why other than Matt? Now,
Wait, why other than Matt, or why only Matthew? Is that the question? Because I didn't see it.
if it says, and my question is, why other than Matt? I don't know what if she's referring to
What do you
Matt or
mean?
Matthew.
The only other Matt I know is Matt Sell.
Yeah,
That's the only
but
other person.
to me, she's referring to Matthew. And then she comes down and she says, Diamonds, you should be worried about building your own channel instead of what Jinkies is doing on hers. So, Julia, I'm gonna address both your comments, okay? But I'm gonna address the latter first. Unlike Jinkies, okay, I have a business that I run, and I actually run it myself. I don't sit on my butt and have other people do it for me, okay? So, and on top of that, I homeschool my kids. My kids don't go to school so that I can have free time to sit and watch soap operas and eat bonbons. Okay. So, my channel, I'm not really worried about my channel. When I want to go live and I have the time, then I will. And as far as addressing Matthew, Matthew was addressed. Him and I had it out on Daisy's panel a while back, and it was over Jinkies. Okay. But when I saw what Jinkies was doing to Matthew behind the scenes, I had to speak up on it. Okay. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to comment so that I can address them as well.
Well, thank you for answering that as calmly as you did. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Well, I know people can get feisty and they start getting loud, and and so.
Oh yeah, and at the
Believe
end
me.
of the day, my thing was that my first live, I had no choice but to make a live because I was like Debbie said, I was silenced over there at Jinkies. I was blocked to the point where I wasn't
You couldn't
able to
talk,
talk
yeah.
about it. I couldn't even come up on
Right.
panel to speak my piece.
Right.
Okay. So it's like, you know what? If you're gonna silence me on YouTube, then I'm gonna address you publicly like you did to me.
Well,
Period.
see, with me, I didn't, even when, even when I started noticing people talking about Jinkies channel or whatever Jinkies, I never really had that history. The only kind of history I had with them is when because of the Summer Wells case, but I really didn't. Not that I don't like you girls, but I didn't watch them. So by the time that things started coming to my attention, I hadn't been keeping up with it. So I didn't have the history there when I started looking into what was being brought to my attention. So I had a totally different perspective on some things than learning what I'm learning now. So
Yeah, absolutely. And I know, a lot of people, because I get questions behind the scenes like, oh, one day Jinkies and Daisy are fighting and the next day they get along, and I think they
right.
just do it for the clicks and the views, and it's just like, I can see where it may look like that. However, because I did have a relationship off of YouTube with them,
Right.
I knew firsthand what was going on,
Right.
and all of us, including Debbie, all of us always tried to make sure that they didn't they didn't argue, they didn't fight, because we didn't want the sisters fighting.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
up
I mean,
until
they were gonna fight a little bit anyway because they are sisters. So
and the thing is that they both admitted to fighting off YouTube as well. So
right.
it's not a new thing,
Right.
So it's just like we
Absolutely.
never wanted to take sides, but it's
Right.
just like this last time, when when you're being, because I spoke to Jinkies behind the scenes before I said anything,
Right.
you know, and she didn't want to take accountability for what she was doing. And I told her, I was like, well, I think you did something wrong, and I think you should just let it go. If you're not going to apologize. But
Right.
she came up and she started yelling at me on Daisy's panel one day, and she really thought that I was, I was a child or something, and I was going to take
Right.
it. And no, I'm sorry. She really learned that day that I'm not the one to be yelled at, and I'm sorry, you're not going to belittle me
Wait
in
a
public.
minute. Wait a minute. Hey, Julia, you guys, let me tell you something, okay? No. Why are you guys, how do you know about anybody's fucking business? I just want to know that. How do you know that Jinkies is busy running her business, unlike Diamonds? How do you know that?
Unless
Do you live,
unless she is
wait a
Jinkies.
minute. Do you live with Diamonds? Do you know what's going on in her personal life? That's what I want to know. Because if you don't, and you don't even live in the same state, I doubt if you're anywhere around to see really what's going on in anybody's life. I'm just saying. I hate when people do that.
Yeah, and the thing is, at the same time, I can speak on Jinkies not working because she's talked about it several times on her live. That she leaves the
Well, and maybe
restaurant
she's not.
unattended. So, it's just like, yeah, I'm up here now. Okay. I'm my business.
You know what? Whatever, Julia. If you have any relevant questions you want to ask, you can ask them. You can have your opinion. But to be honest with you, this is my channel, and it's none of my business if Jinkies is working or not. It's really none of my business if Diamonds is working or not. So
Wait, and on
that's
top of
how
that, it's not
how
all
I
day.
roll over. That's how I roll over here.
This whole week, I haven't even been on YouTube. That's number one. And number two, hey Julia, why don't you click the link? Why don't you come on up and have a conversation
Oh, I'll drop the link. I don't mind.
instead of talking all that, all that stuff in the chat, talking about I'm not running my business because I'm up on a panel. That's right, because I own my business. I own my business. I can make my own hours. All right. So
Well, this
I
is
choose
what
to
gets
relax.
me. Why people want to argue about other people's wives? It's like whatever. That's what you need to understand about my channel. Opinions of this channel may not be the opinions of others. Will I agree with some things we're talking about? Absolutely. Will I not care about some of the things? Absolutely. We're just having a conversation. Either join the conversation or, go back to work because you're not running a business right now. Julia, you need to go back to work. You are not running your business right now.
Exactly, like you're in chat.
Instead, you're running Jinky's business for her right now and Diamond's business for her right now. So go run your business. Julia, you shouldn't have set that up for me, girl. For real. Funny.
Anyway,
know.
Julia, you're
Just
irrelevant
whatever.
because if you got a lot to say, you click the link. Like,
No, she's
come on.
not going to. She's a troll.
Of course not, because
Go ahead and block
we all gonna
her,
know her
Debbie.
voice.
Go ahead and block her. For real. She's Herb Hung. I don't know who Herb Hung is at all. But the thing about it is, Diamonds, I get that you don't want to accept her apology, but she doesn't like you anyway. So does she really give a fuck if you accept it or not?
Yeah, exactly. And that's my whole point. So why come out and say that, I'm sorry for Diamond's not listening to Diamond's creations, even though I don't like you anymore. So why even say it? Like, what's the point of saying it? Like, because you want to show your subs that you're apologizing when
Yeah.
you're not even explaining what you're apologizing for. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, like you lied on my name so many times, and not only me, like the people who were actually there. And if she goes
Oh my
back,
God.
when the first time she was monetized, all right, I was the one who sent her a super chat, all right, because no one else remembered. And I was like, you know what? This is her first day. She's supposed to be monetized. I sent her a super chat, and that's when it trickled down. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like I've been there from day one, and then you got these newcomers coming in because you think that they're gonna help your channel grow, which it did, because like I said, Dumplings did bring her people in, okay, and the whole Turtle
Right.
Island thing. You understand what I'm saying? But now, Jinkies and them are beefing. So what do you think's gonna happen to Dumplings followers? They're not gonna stay at Jinkies because they see how fake Jinkies is. So of course they're gonna leave her and go with Dumplings.
Wait, I'm laughing at Debbie. Debbie put in chat, knock, knock, who's there? Not Julia.
She gone.
Oh my God. I'm getting in trouble over here. Diamond, you come over here, you're going to get me in trouble. Girl, no, like I said, you've got a long, long history with Daisy and Jinkies. So, you know what's going on. But I
Yeah.
think, I don't know.
And I
Something,
will defend, when I like, and I can say I actually have love for Miss Daisy, and just like the same love that I have for you. So, when I see her getting attacked, I'm gonna defend her.
yeah.
Just like if I see you getting attacked, I'm gonna defend you. When and,
Well,
and in reality, I'm gonna be real
watch
with
out,
you.
girl. Watch out. You're going to be busy.
Well,
Well,
yeah, I didn't even, like I said, I've
I
been
know.
off of YouTube and I didn't even know what was going on with you. And I
Right.
was catching up and I was like, wow, like what the heck? I missed so much.
Well, you know what? This is the way I am. I don't give a shit what they're saying or their nonsense. I'd rather you spend your time, uh, on other things, not
Yeah,
them. I don't want them to get any attention from me or anybody around me.
I hear you.
I'm ignoring every freaking thing they're saying because the shit they said has been so vile, so fucking vile. And I'm not going to keep that shit going.
Yeah.
I'm, there's no sense in it. No sense in it. So,
Yeah. And it's just like, you know for a fact what they're saying isn't true. So it is what it is. And it's just
yeah,
like sometimes, not all the time, when you ignore them and you show them that you really don't care what they're saying,
no, I don't.
they'll leave you alone.
Yeah.
It's just like when it starts to get ugly in real life and all that other stuff, you can't expect people to just forget about it,
Well,
especially when there's kids involved.
you're not gonna forget about it, but it comes to a certain point where for your own mental health, you don't go places where they're at, you don't look at comments. You basically really have to tell people, I can't deal with what they're fucking saying anymore. Don't tell me. I don't
Yeah,
want to fucking know.
yeah, exactly,
I don't need to hear fucking any of it, you
exactly.
know,
Yeah,
for real.
it's
And
just like it's crazy because it's just like I choose not to listen to her. However,
right,
if she says my name or
then you listen
she's
to it, right.
referring to me, then I'll get like a little clip of what it is that she said or whatever. And if it's something that I need to address, then I'll address it.
Well, I
She
mean,
won't let me up on her panel, so of course I got to do it on my channel.
right,
You know,
right.
but other than
Well,
that, it's just like whatever.
I mean,
You know,
I guess you can say she was honest because she said, you know, I apologize, and then she let you know that she still didn't like you. I guess that's honesty, right?
well, that's what I'm saying. It just proves my point because one little thing happened, all right, and everyone that didn't like me in her chat showed me that they were being fake.
Right,
You understand what I'm saying? Because instead of blocking the person who actually started the drama in her chat,
right,
me being a mod, I got blocked.
right.
And then they started with the trash talking, and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, okay. So why would I even want to be in a place where I know they don't like me?
Right.
Jinky's got her feelings hurt because she felt that I defended Matthew over her. And I'm like, bro, did you forget how many times Matthew and I got into arguments over
Right.
you? Okay. But I'm gonna call you out when you're wrong. I'm not gonna do it publicly. All right. I did it behind the scenes. But if you want to bring it public, then hey, I'm gonna defend myself in public as well.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
I think she likes to do a lot of things public, but
hmm
you know,
And I don't need to call and just to make it clear, I don't need to call Matthew out on anything. You wanna know why? Because Matthew has proven, all right, not to be a grifter. Not only does he not grift, but he gives back to his community. He is an awesome dad and an awesome friend. Because in the beginning, it was just YouTube creator to sub relationship that we had. You understand what I'm saying? But with
right,
all of this, and I see Matthew with different eyes because he's proven to me of the type of man that he is. I can actually say that, yeah, Matthew is my friend. I am Matthew's friend, and I will defend him as well.
right,
Just like Debbie, you, and Miss Daisy, and a lot of the people over there in Matthews and over at the farm.
right,
That's just the type of person that I am.
right. Well, I mean, so you're basically not going to accept her apology, right?
Well, like I said, I in order for me
Or
to
are you just gonna? I guess you have the option to just take the apology and just block her out of your life from now on.
I can forgive her if she comes out and explains why she's sorry. I will be able to forgive her. It won't mean that we're going to be friends. It won't mean that I'm going to participate in her chat. It'll mean that, you know what? You finally took accountability
Accountability,
for
yeah,
everything that you did,
right,
and you understand what your actions did to not only me, but to Matthew, to Matt Sale, to Debbie, and Miss Daisy.
right,
You understand what I'm saying?
right.
So it's like, you know,
But I
apologize
don't,
and be
I
sincere.
really don't. I don't think you're. This is just my opinion. I don't think you're gonna get that where she goes and tells anybody exactly what she did to him. Because what would happen if she mentioned something that you didn't know about? Then it would open a whole nother can of fucking worms right there, right?
True,
I mean,
true, but she
seriously.
knows. She knows what she did to me. She knows what she did to me. And then on top of that, RC, you know, I was trying at one of my lives, she struck me. All right. My one and only strike was from
Right,
Jinkies. And it was
right,
me pulling up what Chewy was saying about me. The
right,
lies that Miss
right.
Chewy was saying about me. And now you're beefing with Miss Chewy. You
Oh,
understand what I'm saying?
is that
But
who
you
she?
struck me.
So you do think it's Miss Chewy she's beefing with?
Oh yeah, 99%. 99%. Chewy is one of the people that she's beefing with.
I kind of quit with Miss Chewy. I haven't talked about her. Haven't nothing. Haven't
Yeah.
nothing.
So it's just like, now y'all beefing or whatever, but you struck my channel when I was trying to prove that I didn't do anything wrong. Okay? I didn't do anything wrong. But you not only did you silence me over in your channel, but you want to strike me when I'm trying to prove to you, forget about everybody else. I'm trying to prove to you.
So would you go over there on her panel if she asked you to?
If
If she said, Diamonds, grab that link, you're not blocked, come up on my channel and we'll have a conversation and I will apologize to you and tell you everything that I did wrong.
if
and
she
take
agrees,
accountability.
yes, if she agrees to tell the truth about everything, all right, especially the lies that she told about me, then yeah, I would agree to go on her panel and there would be no arguing. But I
Well,
need for her to take
now, wait a
accountability.
minute.
Mhm.
Tweety Bird said, who should Jinkies be the one to apologize when you started it all to begin with over Matthew? But it didn't. Oh, I don't know, because I don't know when all that shit started with Matthew. I don't know.
Yeah, that has to be Jinkies because that's the thing that she's always telling me. She's always telling me that the drama started because I chose Matthew over her. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, it's
So,
that you,
Tweety
Jinkies.
Bird and Judy, just come up on panel, Jinkies. Come up on panel, girl.
Was
Stop
below
stop making fake accounts.
understand.
Be the
No,
woman that you say
Tweety
that you
Bird.
are.
Wait a minute, Diamonds.
Okay.
Tweety Bird, you are talking to the wrong person because there are two sides to the story. Absolutely two sides to the story. You want me to drop the link and you can come up and tell your side of the story? I'd be more than happy to let you up here. You should come over and hang out more often. You would know that Remain Calm always says there are two sides to the story. You want to come up and tell it? Come on up.
You gotta play the Price is Right song.
Let me tell you guys something. If you don't think I would allow Jinkies to come up here, I absolutely would, and I would not let her get disrespected. I would not let her get disrespected. You better believe it, because that's how I roll over here. I don't.
Well, yeah, that goes both
I
ways because if
don't.
she comes up here to be respectful to you and to me, then I match energy. You understand what I'm saying? So if
Well,
you're not pressing at me,
I
and
mean, if she comes up, you can drop down.
yeah, of course,
Because the thing about it is, there's a difference between being heard and being listened to. And
yes,
if people are just screaming over each other and hollering, all you're doing is being heard. Nobody's being listened to.
yeah,
But
exactly.
no,
I'll drop down. I don't have no problem with
I
that.
have a very fair channel up here. And so go back and look, because like I said, there ain't nobody showing nobody hate. Opinions of others may not be the opinions of my channel. So why did I have to be respectful to Julia? Why did I have to be disrespectful to Julia? You're not Julia. Were you Julia? Were you Julia a few minutes ago, Tweety Bird? I'm just asking. Why is it's my channel? I don't have to be respectful towards anybody at all. For sure. You want to have a decent conversation about it? Then do it. This is a fair channel. Thank you, J. Marie. No. You don't have to worry about dropping down because I don't want to try. Damn, Tweety Bird. Lord have mercy. Well, Diamond, you may have to finish this conversation on your channel. That's crazy.
Well, just like her, you know, she don't walk to trash. I've chosen not to do my
Well,
lives on trash. So,
well, I mean,
you
okay,
know,
so basically are you just saying this is all just as far as you're concerned, you're done, right? You don't even want to hear what she's got to say anymore.
well, like I said, if she does say what it is that she did, okay, then it's water under the bridge, and I will never address anything that she's done. But mind you, RC, let me tell you, she's mentioned my name several times, and I have not said anything. I haven't responded.
Right.
There's a few things that I haven't responded to.
Maybe she misses your friendship.
Well, I'm sorry, but once a snake bites you, there's no going back.
Well, that's why I don't go around snakes like that.
Yeah,
No, thank you. I
because
mean, that's my
Jinkies
thing.
knows.
If you,
Yeah,
this is my thing. Work this, this is social media, so it's very easy just to cut that person out of your life.
yeah,
And if they're causing you that much grief, just cut them out of your life. And it's easy to
yeah,
do that because all you got to do is put the block button on.
exactly,
Don't
exactly.
listen. If you truly want to move on from bullshit on YouTube like that, you just have to tell people too. I don't want to know what they're fucking saying.
Yeah,
I
but
don't care.
RC, at the same time, I get that, you know, because there's certain things, you know, I like to pick my battles,
Right.
okay? But my thing is, if there's a female, all right, now this is coming from a person who was a president of a all guys car club, okay? And if I see a female going after one of my boys, and then this female is like, oh, he's so disrespectful to females. Look at the way he talks to them, and blah 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 blah. You know, you're making him look bad, but you started it by attacking him. So
Right.
me as a female, I'm gonna jump in because then it's gonna be female to female. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? Because that's my boy.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I already seen how grimy you are and what a liar you are. So I have no respect for you.
Mm.
Okay? But that's what she does. She throws indirects sometimes, or she mentions his name sometimes. And then when he responds, it's like, oh, well, he just needs me for content because he has no content. Look
Right.
at the way he talks to females. He doesn't respect females. Okay, so then you know what? You're gonna get his female friends to go after you, all right? Because you want to use you want to use your gender against him,
Right.
okay? Especially if me and you got beef. I don't care. That's just the way it is. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? That's just the way I am. So yeah, I could forget about her. And believe me, I have, because like I said, I haven't addressed a lot of the things that she said. But she keeps coming after Matthew. And not only that, RC, but the lies that came out of her mouth were then spread on another person's channel, on
Girl, you
different
ain't
channel.
I've had that. Believe me.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're saying. I've had it
So
happen to me.
so yeah, you know what? If I hear it, I'm gonna speak up. I'm gonna speak up because you're lying and you know you're lying.
Well, I know, and I mean, I had the same thing, malicious lies, but do I really want to give these people any more time in my life? to me, if these fucking people are making me miserable, I just don't want them in my life. I don't need to talk about them. I don't need to try to defend the fucking lies coming out of their mouth. I don't need to do that, because all that does emotionally, fucking that shit takes a toll on you. And, they need to figure out their own shit. Leave my life alone,
Yeah,
But
and then you're a perfect person, to see. You understand? Like,
yeah,
because
I see
you're
what
so
you
fair.
yeah, I
So you
absolutely
see
see what
both
you're
sides,
saying.
and if you notice, it was a while that Matthew didn't bring them up on the other side. Okay, because
Yeah,
he was
but
busy exposing scammers. You
well,
understand what
I
I'm
I
saying?
know, but they gotta reach out and touch every once in a while to
Yeah,
be
exactly.
reminding that they're still around.
And so she was feeling some type of way. She needed Matthew's attention again. So
Oh,
of course they started
Snooky.
they started their drama.
Look at Snooky out there. He got them women all riled up. What you doing, Snooky?
Yeah, and then turn it around on him talking about, oh, he's just doing this because he needs contact. No, he's responding to what you guys are saying
No.
about him. And then not only that, but you know what? The same way the
Well, and
females
look,
the
I don't
same
know
way the
why.
females defend Matthew is the same way he defends the females. Because when Jinky said
Right,
what she said about Huntress,
right,
who was the first one to defend Huntress
right,
with his channel?
right.
Okay, she
Yeah,
knows Huntress don't go live every day. Huntress has a life.
right,
I mean, and I'm not talking about like that. I'm saying Huntress has a life. She has kids. She has
right,
responsibilities. So she
right,
can't go live like that.
right.
Of course, you want to take your cheap shots and then repeat everything that Dumplings was telling you about Huntress. That's all lies. Okay. And what did Matthew do? He defended her.
Right,
And that's what we do. We defend each other.
right. Yeah, I get it. I completely get it. Ain't nothing wrong with that. For real. No, I just don't agree with, some of the things she says. But like I said, I don't have history with her and stuff. But I'll be interested to see what Matthew pulls out.
Oh yeah, me too.
So,
Me too. And it's true what J. Marie says. It's simple because all of this drama is on the computer. It's on YouTube. You can just turn it off with a flip of a switch.
right.
You understand? Because I guarantee that Jinkies wouldn't say half the stuff that she says to any of our faces.
Right,
And I stand 10 toes down on that one.
right.
Because like I told her when I went up on her panel the last time, I said, Jinkies, you're more than welcome to come see me. I'm not a cop caller. And
Right.
she straight up said, I'm not a cop caller either. Okay. So then when you ready and you feeling froggy, let me know. We'll meet up somewhere. We could throw the hands and call it a day. We could call it a day. But then what happens? What happens? She's talking about she's not a cop caller. But then when Matthew released those body cams,
Right.
okay, when Ann called the cops on Matthew, who did you see up on Ann's screen? Jinky and a few others. But I thought
But
you wasn't a cop
hey,
caller.
maybe it was like, maybe, well, they didn't call the cops. Ann did. So there you go.
Yeah, but she was there. She was there trying to get Matthew locked up. Matthew, Jamie, and Matt Sale. Because she said how abusive he is, and she mentioned his past, and she mentioned Jamie's past. About them, being lifelong criminals.
Huh.
You understand what I'm saying? She made it a
Yeah.
point to tell the cops that.
Right.
So it's like you should have just kept quiet and just agreed with what Ann was saying. If
Right.
that's the case, why add everything else to it?
Well, but I don't know.
To me, and a lot of other people, have the same opinion. They were trying to get all three of those guys locked up.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so
That's pretty fucked up. Try to get somebody locked up that's never even been to your fucking state before.
yeah. So it's just like, come on. But
Well, I
it is what
mean,
it is.
what happens to people start arguing, because what happens is you become friends with somebody on YouTube. Well, then you talk to them a lot or whatever, and then you may have a falling out. And a lot of times they'll go to somebody else and talk shit. And then that other person's like, hey, they're talking shit. And it just progresses from there.
Yeah, and that's what you call you were the one who introduced me to that word, hate bonding. Those
Oh,
words,
yeah, hate bonding. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a lot of hate bonders. A whole lot
Mm-hmm.
of hate bonders.
Yeah.
For real. Those are the worst kind, too. The hate
Yeah.
bonders are the worst kind.
Yeah,
For
because it's just
sure.
like, come on.
Yeah.
But to be real, RC, I know there was a time that you really didn't care for me,
Well, it
and
was no, that's pretty harsh, because it wasn't that I didn't care for
no,
you
but
or
you know why
anything.
I feel like
I
that.
really didn't know. I really didn't know you, and I'm probably guilty about. I don't know. I'm probably guilty of something. I don't fucking know.
No, but you know why I felt like that, because remember when you were playing you were playing Matthew's live, and it was Matthew going over my live, and I had
Right.
asked you kept asking questions, and then you threw some shots at me, and I was like, can
I
I go up
did.
on panel to explain? And I kept
I
asking
did, or was
for
it?
the link, and you didn't drop it, but then Matthew came in and was like, can I come up to explain? And you dropped the link for him, and I was like, oh, she played me.
Well, no, because what happens sometimes, and that what really wasn't a jab at you, but sometimes if I'm looking at something and I'm asking questions and the person wants to come up and explain, it wasn't that I wasn't going to let you explain, but I needed to get to a certain point first, because when you would have come up, you would have started explaining, right?
Yeah,
And I would have never gotten through the rest of the video.
true.
I mean,
Yeah, that was one
do.
time you came out and you was like, well, how did that turn out for you, Diamond? And I was like, oh, wait a minute. She needs to know what happened for real, because
Well, I'm like that though. I don't know. I'm really sarcastic, I guess. I guess I come
and
off as
that's why we love
really
you. That's why,
sarcastic.
when Debbie introduced, she sent your link out to everyone on the farm, and we came over, and
I mean,
that's when I first
I
heard,
mean, plus I over dramatize things, I'm sure. I can be real
and I
dramatic.
was just like, dang, why doesn't RC love me? Like, I love her. She's so funny.
That's what Debbie said. She was like, you had to grow on me. I was like, I bet I did.
But yeah, so
So,
I mean, I get it, but as adults, we can talk and we can joke about it, right?
right.
We didn't have to go.
Well,
We didn't
I'd
have to
rather
go
have,
below the belt.
I would really just rather have conversations about stuff than, I don't know. I'd just rather have, but I also know that sometimes, and, it's human nature. We're not going to agree every fucking time we talk about something. And my thing is, if you get to a point where you're not communicating with your friend in the right way, maybe you need to step back and, just not talk about them, not, do anything to try to ruin the relationship. Just take a break from each other. And
Absolutely.
then you come back together and, you can have a definite conversation. because what happens, people say things when they're angry,
Yeah.
and it doesn't it it doesn't end well because it just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah. You're
So,
absolutely right. Because when
you
you
know,
argue with someone, you're not going to throw compliments and you're not going to throw flowers to them.
mm-mm,
You're going to hit them where it hurts because you know what? You're you're feeling your feelings are hurt as well.
right,
So I get
exactly.
that part. I definitely get that part.
Well, I mean, I try a lot because if something comes at me, it's always better for me if I just leave it for a few days, you know,
Hmm.
because I may see it differently in a few days. But
Yeah.
then in a few days, I may be more pissed off than when I initially heard it to start with and end up going the fuck off. So I don't know. It just depends on what it is, I guess.
Well, we can't have
So,
you going off like that anymore, okay? When
oh,
you
I
feel like you're
no, I
about to
ain't,
go off, we
well,
need
no,
to
I haven't went off in a
change the
long time.
subject. Yeah.
I haven't went off for a long time. I mean, I'm, whatever, whatever. Seriously, do you
Yeah,
really
you just
think?
gotta just call your goons in and we'll take care of it. We don't need you under stress, okay?
Well, that's why I just ain't been paying no attention. They can do whatever they want. The thing about it
Okay.
is, like I said, uh, to even say anything or do anything is giving them that attention. Is all it's
Yeah.
doing, giving them the attention that they want,
Yeah.
and
It's like a child. It's like a child. Even if it's negative attention that you're giving your kid because you're reprimanding them, they still,
right,
they still want that attention.
right,
So I agree.
for sure. I mean, that's the whole thing about it. Because I don't know. That's just the way I am. I would rather them not get any fucking attention at all than people, spending their fucking time talking about them and the fuck shit they've done. You know,
Yeah.
people got better
Yeah.
things to talk about, more important things, for sure.
Yeah, that's why I say, it's good to pick your battles, you know?
Yep,
So,
yep, for
and we
sure.
all love you and we think you're funny and
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
like Matt Sale said the other day, they come after you, they're coming after all of us. So,
Right. Well, I appreciate that for real. I
all
do.
right, darling. So I'm gonna drop down and go back into chat.
Well,
Hopefully,
thank you. Thank you for explaining all of that because now I think I've made sense of a lot of it, but probably haven't all of it. So
yeah, Matthew will
definitely,
probably put everything like,
yeah,
in
that's what I
order
said.
and in perspective.
We'll drop Matthew's link and uh, you know, you guys can go
Absolutely.
check that out and for real. All right, girl, I'm gonna throw you off.
All right, later.
All right, later. All right. Well, thank you, Diamonds, for coming up and explaining what is happening. And the Jinkies is not happy with some of her friends, and she's saying that they're two-faced, and she's on an apology tour. And Jinkies, don't think I don't like you, because I do. I got a soft place in my heart for you. But then again, you know, girl, you said some stuff. You've been talking, Jenks. You've been talking, girl. I don't know. I mean, I do not know. But definitely go check out Matthew Silly AF Snooky. And he's been around you know, and knows a lot about all this stuff. Matthew knows a lot about all this stuff. I agree. I agree. I mean, I don't know why Jinkies just ain't telling everybody what's going on. I don't. But she threw the hook out, okay? And I don't know how juicy the worm was, but we will see who gets angry enough to take the bait and go up on her panel and give her some content. I don't know, for real. But anyhow, you guys go check out Jinkies. Go check out Matthew. Am I missing anybody? Who am I missing? I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't. All right, give me 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, so this is definitely what I want to say. It wasn't a worm, it was a moldy nanner. I will say, before I get off here, listen up, people. I do not care if you like Jinkies or not. Diamonds is pretty good, but obviously if you got a problem with her, I don't know what it is. But to each their own on that. What else I want to say? Y'all go check out who you want, watch who you want. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, dumplings. Oh, okay. Yeah, we put out dumplings too. But if you guys want to see what really, I mean, that's what kind of is going on with diamonds and Jinkies and some of Matthew. And I think, what time's Matthew doing his live? 7 his time? You guys go check it out. Let Matthew explain it a little more too. For real. Oh, I see a text. Hold on. Matthew is going to eat this up. He's still talking shit about me no matter what I do. What? Here's the trailer. All right, you guys, I have a special ending here for this live. Matthew, you little whippersnapper, you're my snookies. You are my snookie. Oh, wait, that's me. Where is that? Oh, shit, hold on. Hold on, everybody. Matthew put out a trailer on what he's going to be talking about. Holy moly, Snooky. You are so talented. You need to learn me a few things. You need to learn me a few things, mister. All right. This is what Matthew's going to be talking about. So, Matthew's going to eat this up. He's still talking shit about me no matter what I do. Something much letting Sherry know something that did that yesterday. Okay, that's good. Okay, This is from somebody named One Day. You don't know me outside of YouTube. I am a crazy bitch, remember that. And I will talk any way I want. Wow, Wendy, you're feisty. Get over your fucking self. It wasn't a recording from Miss Ann. It was to Turtle Talk. Don't hold anything against anyone else. This is all me. Remember, I have stood up for several times, but I'm done too. And so, okay, let's listen to this. Let's listen to this. I think, maybe. I thought there was a trailer, Matthew. What the fuck? You said it was a trailer? Oh, all right. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Fuck, Matthew. Matthew.
Man, I just love shopping at Walmart. Just love it's my favorite.
Oh,
What?
well, that's during the winter.
God. Dumplings here watching my car. Oh my God, thank you.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I heard Dumpling's name in that. Matthew, why did they Buddy East Coast did something to your content, it said 18 hours ago. That's what I saw. But no, Jinkies, don't act like Remain Calm came for you, okay? I don't have the history that y'all have. All right? Now, a few things that I heard of you say was not very cool, okay? And, you know, it's just not cool. It's not cool. But you could have come over here and said anything you wanted. I would not have let anyone disrespect you, ma'am. Not at all. Not at all. But I do know that your stuff is for your content. Okay? I get it. I get it, girl. I get it. Yeah, I was. I was just covering YouTube news. It's just Diamond's got history with Jinkies. I don't have. Look, if you're gonna try to figure shit out, you got to have people who's close to these people. Like I said, I've not been a part of those channels. Not that I don't think they're good channels and they have good conversations. Sometimes it's just that they're just not my cup of tea to sit and watch. And you guys really don't hear me over here saying anything about them. I was just trying to figure out what was going on. Hence the title, Rumors and Apologies of Flyin, and I'm being nosy. Come fill me in, which meant if you wanted to come up on panel and say anything, you could have. You absolutely could have. And Diamonds feels the way she does because of the history she has had with Jinkies. So, you know, she's going to have a lot of feelings about it. But it's okay because, you know, Jinkies apologized and said that she don't like Diamonds either. So it's all cool. She apologized and we all know she doesn't like Diamonds. So I think she would like not talk about her anymore. I mean, that's just what I'm thinking, but y'all know me. I say something about anything, Lord have mercy. Right? but I do adore each and every one of you. And thank you for being, being cool in chat. And Julia, you know, I don't know what to say to you. I don't even know you. I've never seen you before. You've never been in my chat. I just didn't want an argument to ensue between Diamonds and you. And that's why you came into chat to troll, because you wanted to get her attention so you and her could argue. And I wasn't having none of it, ma'am. I had to keep her on track. She was coming for you. Diamonds. She talked ish to me, but don't call Matthew my boyfriend, knowing damn well. Oh, yeah, don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. That is, look, when you have a relationship, even if it's just your boyfriend who doesn't come out on YouTube or anything like that, and, that's when they try to hit below the belt, Diamonds. That's when they try to hit below the belt. And, look, I'm not even going to repeat to you what they're saying about my husband, Diamonds. I'm not going to tell you. Because I know you'll go off. That's why I said it's just best to let that shit go, because it's not worth. These people are so fucking vile. They're not even worth acknowledging on these fucking YouTube streets. For sure. And before Matthew tells you, I had the cops called on me yesterday. But it's okay. All right. I didn't go to jail. I'm good. That's so funny. I figured I'd better tell you before Matthew told you. Because you'd be like, why didn't you tell me that? For sure. But no, Diamonds is happily married. She's got a good life. She's just opinionated. So, and especially if you do her wrong, she wants you to know what you did wrong to her. For sure. Well, there's 3 different people, Diamonds, but I'll get with you in Messenger about it. So, I don't know. Yeah. I probably shouldn't have mentioned it. Julie and Tweety are new accounts made today. Oh, yeah, that's okay. No, I don't care if somebody wanted to come in and give their opinion, but look, who in their right mind wants to sit and argue with a person in a chat about 2 different people and who's working and who's not working? Who the fuck wants to do that? Who has time to argue about something like that? Now, if you're standing in the room with somebody while they're working, then you can say, hey, they're working. They may show you on FaceTime they're working. Then you can say, hey, they're working. But if you're sitting in a totally different state and you say, well, you're not working, it's like, how the fuck you know that? Are you psychic? Are you seeing me through the galaxy? Do you have a big fancy telescope? You looking in my windows? Let me know. I'll flash you my boobies. How about that? Crazy stuff. But it does entertain me a little bit when people do something like that. So, I mean, for real. I'm burning them up, yeah. That is so funny. That is so funny. You are May May. Everybody, we love you, May May. Some people might be like, there's May May, but we say it with love. We do. Really? Wow. That's really cool. Thank you, H. H is my sub counter. H is my guy who counts the number of my subs. That's so sweet of you, H. Am I really at 1.83? Really? I do. I appreciate everybody. I really do. And I am going to pull up Madeline's case and we're going to do an update on it. And I'm going to show the progression photograph. How about I do that? How about I do that? Jackie, thank you so much for gifting the memberships. That is so cool. That is so really cool. Really cool. And look, I didn't do this today to, you know, to hurt Jinkies in any way at all. So if she thinks that I did, no, ma'am, I didn't. You piqued my interest when you said that people were doing things and you know what you said, Jinx. So what you did was got me really excited for part 2. I want to see part 2, Jinx. I do. And we did drop your link, okay? I want to let you know that. Oh man, these people and some of the history they have on YouTube, it scares me. Really, May May? Dang, girl. Sounds like it. Oh, that's Debbie. That doesn't surprise me, Debbie. At all. Heck yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. No, he wasn't. He was. Oh, really? Dang, girl. Your bestie's grandpa? Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, we love our May May over here. Pat Wicks, I'm still thinking about you, babe. You too, Teresa Jones, and you too, Sassy Ann. I'm guilty. I hardly ever get on my Facebook. I apologize. If you're a member of the Facebook group, feel free to put in missing children or funny jokes or whatever. If there's an update on a case that you're following, pop it in there. And I'll go through and I don't know. I'm just not a good Facebook person. I'm trying. It's like this. If you get a message on Messenger on Facebook from me, you need to print it out and frame it. Because I don't get on Facebook hardly. For real. But let me tell you something. It really bothered me when the racism stuff came out. And people acting like that today. We're in 2025. That shit has not been all right since I was a young girl. Any type of racist stuff whatsoever. And I mean, of course, okay, I don't want to go any further with that. Auntie Sherry. Oh, Auntie Sherry. You have grown on me, girl. You have. You have. And I'm like you. Let's sing it. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. That's the only thing that there's just too little of. I need a beat. You want to come up here and do the beat for me, Sherry? You're not in trouble over here, Sherry. You're not. We're just nosy. Didn't you see my title? It said I'm nosy. I'm just being nosy. No, we didn't say nothing about you, Sherry. We love you. I love you. I love you, Sherry, in my own special way. I do. Do you say some messed up stuff sometime? Absolutely, you do. And I'm like, here comes Sherry. Here she comes. Great white. Do-do, do-do, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. Here she comes. You're like me, though, Sherry. It kind of depends on what kind of mood that we're in, right? May, stop it. You're feeding your fish? Well, I'm feeding mine. He's pretty big. I had to put him in the ocean. I had to rehome him. He got too big. I had to rehome him back to the ocean. For real. No. We ain't hating on nobody over here, Sherry. For sure. Good luck to everybody. It's Friday. And we are going to have a Name That Tune real soon. I'm sitting here in the dark. What's that Pat Benatar song? Something in the dark. Oh, check this out. I don't want to blind you guys. Check this out. Oh, wait. Wait, I'm messing up. Oh, there it is. Okay, wait. Okay. Look. This is my spaceman. So, you may win a lovely keychain bracelet with our little alien on it. It does say remain calm on it. Beautiful colors. Beautiful colors. In our Name That Tune. Name That Tune. Name That Tune. It's okay, H. I don't know if I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I've got so much shit I gotta get done, you guys. I really do. You know, sometimes I just pucker out. I get plumb tuckered out. And I have to take a break. So, but we are definitely going to be doing that. How's Gypsy doing? Gypsy, you doing okay, girl? I'm sorry I hadn't caught you live. I like going over and saying hey to Gypsy. I don't know what she's up to, for sure. Sherry, you come back around anytime you want, girl. But you know what? If you don't behave, if you come up on my panel and you don't behave, but I don't think you would misbehave up here. We always have a pretty good time. We have a lot of things we talk about, for real. Because you got a lot of stories to share, for sure. So, all right, my ass is getting off here. I am tired. I'm tuckered out. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go for my daily walk, get the numbness out of my ass. And I do have, let's see, it's almost 6. I do have the sheriff of South Carolina is missing. And I am going to be talking about that tomorrow. I kind of want to do it a little bit early if I can. I don't know what time I've got it scheduled for, but I know I have a schedule. Either I'll have to do it a little bit early or really late. So I may just do it in the morning. Maybe we can hang out and, have our morning coffee and talk about this case. So I might go in and change it. If I do, don't come for me, because I know I do that all the time. So you have to pop that booty. So yeah, I do. I sure do, Diamonds. I gotta pop that booty. So whenever, May. Whenever, girl. You better be here, May. It doesn't matter. Early or late. You be here, girl. For real. May, I love having you around. May's been here since the beginning of time. She's a relic. May, you're not a meerkat. You're a relic. You are a relic, my friend. Oh, thanks, Sherry. All right. Jinkies, you're allowed over here, too, anytime you want to come. For sure. For sure. But I am interested in what Matthew talks about. For real. Piqued my curiosity. So definitely going to watch Matthew. All right, I'm getting off here. Thank you guys so much. Like I said, please don't go show anybody any hate at all. There's no reason to. I was just being nosy. Diamonds gave us her perspective because she's got history with Jinkies and knows Jinkies a hell of a lot better than I ever knew Jinkies. And so, I kind of wish that, there are certain things that even I cannot mediate on YouTube. And this is one of them. So, but, there are a lot of things that some people say that I do not like, whether it be towards me or towards somebody else. But if I take my energy and, go out there to tell them, what they're doing wrong to a certain individual, then I'm exerting my energy on these people. Now, don't get me wrong. Somebody talks shit about you, you have every fucking right to fucking nip that shit in the bud. But with me, I say what I gotta say and I move the fuck on. I'm not gonna give them my energy. For sure. For sure. And let me tell you something. People saying things like, oh, Diamonds is only taken up for Matthew. That's not true, number one. And number two, I've even said things to people about what they've said and stuff about Matthew and his children, because it is fucked up. And he is a good dad. He is a good dad. And he's my Snooky. Snooky. All right. Go do your thing. Don't show anybody any hate. Oh, May, you're way behind if you're just now talking about him. I haven't watched him forever, you guys. I have not watched Justin forever. Right. Well, that's the thing, you know, Auntie Sherry. I It's hard to admit when other people were right about something that they're telling you for real, you know? So, yeah. Well, my thing is, I don't think I've met so many people who lie than I have on YouTube. But to each their own. I guess they can start a club and call it the Liars Club. There'll be a lot of them hanging out. So, but life goes on, y'all. It does. Just don't let a lot of this affect your real life. For real. Because yeah. It can take, negativity takes a toll on people. It really does. I don't know how people do it all the fucking time. All the time. But to each their own. Whatever. All right, so for now, we're going to be talking about the sheriff, I believe tomorrow, but I know Matthew's going live. I don't know how long his live's going to last. If I'm still up and around, we might talk about the sheriff tonight, but if it's going to be too late, then I'm not going to, for sure. Well, do we all really want something bad to happen to each other? I don't think none of us really want something bad to happen to each other. I mean, certain people are like that, but not the people I'm around. You guys aren't like that. You guys don't want bad things to happen to anybody. So, I mean, you just have to know what's kind of pettiness and, pick your battles. But I'm getting my ass off here. Thank you, Diamonds. I appreciate you coming up on panel, giving us that history lesson. So now when I go to Matthews, at least I'll know a little bit more than what I did, right? Oh, I get it. Well, I'm like that too, Debbie. I'm like that too. I mean, there is a couple of people that I will never correspond with again. Ever. Ever. For sure. I have no desire to. No desire. But that's just the way I am. It doesn't mean I'm going to sit out here and waste my fucking time talking about it, because I'm not. Malicious and then do something bad to happen to someone else. Right. It's everywhere. They're everywhere. I used to have traders saying they're all going to jail. Let me see if I'm going to look for that real quick. If I can find it quickly, I'll show it to you guys. I've got traders is so funny. I could show her show her stuff again. Oh, I need to get rid of a bunch of these clips. Clippity clips. Let me find it. Oh, Lord. I thought I had it. I love her. She says the funniest stuff. Okay, maybe it's this. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, you guys, hold on. This is This is Traitors, you guys. I'm going to end it with Traitors. And she going to let y'all know that you are all going to jail. Stop it. You're all going to jail. Oh, wait. It should just be the clip.
Right. There's I'm calling the cops. We're not going to take it anymore. The undercover sting is over. And 9 o'clock tonight, you're all going to prison.
I love this. Let me play it one more time, you guys. She is fucking hilarious. All right. So, as traitors would say.
Right. There's I'm calling the cops. We're not going to take it anymore.
May.
The undercover sting is over. And 9 o'clock tonight, you're all going to prison.
May. Why would your son-in-law want you to go to jail? Inquiring minds want to know. May, you're so funny. You have malicious intent. Oh, now I know why you said your son-in-law wants you to go to jail. Oh, my God, May. Girl, where were you 2 hours ago? May, you're something else. All right. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Traitors, for letting me end with that. Traitors is funny, you guys. She really is. Thank you, Loves to Lurk. I adore you. I'm going to pull up Madeline's stuff right now, and I will try to get that in either before the sheriff's story, or I'll add it to it, or I'll separate the two, but I'll definitely get them done tomorrow. I promise, darling. Thank you, Jackie, for gifting the memberships. Y'all come and hang out. Thank you, new members. We do have our own little emojis. Actually, I'm going to trying to come out with a couple more. I'm just slow. It takes time. I have a low budget channel, all that good stuff. So we kind of talk about a lot of different things over here, but we never show anybody any hate. We just try to, figure out what's going on and stuff. So I'm getting off here. Have a great night, and hopefully I will see you tomorrow. I already have the sheriff, the story about the sheriff's already, I already have the time on there, so you guys check it out, and I will catch you tomorrow. Thank you, mods. I adore you guys. You guys are always super cool, for real. And all right, thank you guys. Later.